right, viewers, guess what? It's a time for another restaurant review. Anne-Marie, where are we at?
We're at Les Chefs de France.
And there is a specific reason why we're at Chefs de France. Right next to us over here is my father, who actually came here back in 1986. Now, this whole story goes, my parents came here before they even had the chance to even order any food. Little John, in a stroller who was already sleeping, decided to wake up and have a full meltdown inside the restaurant. And of course, my parents had to leave. So this is his kind of like, how would you say it?
It's payback.
It's payback. Almost 38 years, but the time has come to finally have a sit-down eating at Chefs de France. Now, of course, we did the prefix menu. And Anne-Marie, tell us a little bit about that.
So with the prefix menu, you get an appetizer, you get a meal, a dessert, and a glass of wine, which is really nice that they include the wine. We all got the French onion soup because the French onion soup here is delicious.
It is really phenomenal. For my entree, of course, I did the Ratatouille sur quinoa. And Anne-Marie, what did you pick?
I got the gratin de macaroni, which is basically macaroni and cheese.
And my lovely father, who is off screen, what did you pick for your entree?
The braised beef.
And our lovely other friend, Heather, what did you pick for your entree?
I also got the beef.
Ooh, so, we'll have obviously video of all of our lovely appetizers and food as it's coming out. But we also did, because you also get a choice of one glass of wine, either red or white, so that we all literally got red. But they gives you an option of Chardonnay, Cabernet Sauvignon. I'm not even going to attempt the next one here on the list. The Georges Dubois. Sure. Or you could do a non-alcoholic beverage. But this thing is absolutely massive, and I am definitely eager to dig in. So we're back. We're eating here the French onion soup. It is absolutely delicious. The cheese is so nice and melty.
It's like a Gruyere cheese.
The broth is so very flavorful.
And I love the bread that's always in there too.
Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, you were saying, Anne-Marie?
The bread that's in there too, it just captures the soup, you know.
Lovely father, what are you thinking of the French onion soup?
It's like a meal in itself. It's delicious.
Yeah, we were just talking about this off camera. We wish they would sell this by itself because this thing is phenomenal. Heather, do you have any lovely comments about the French onion?
It's just a really large portion.
It's absolutely huge. Like the pictures that we're showing you really don't do this justice whatsoever. It's just a big bowl.
It's a giant bowl, and it's full to the brim.
And I feel like a lot of times with the prefix menus, they kind of make smaller portions, but this is definitely a full-size portion.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We have our entrees. You have your very elevated mac and cheese for sure, and it tastes absolutely delicious. It's definitely not your Kraft mac and cheese.
Oh no, I think there's Gruyere in this as well, so it's extremely creamy and has a nice little crusty top too.
I love that burnt top to it. Of course, I got the ratatouille.
Just in case, I bring some butter, some bread too.
All right.
And you get two.
Thank you. So we got some more baguettes here. So I got the ratatouille here it's like quinoa. Oh, that's good. I like the little, what is like a little.
Tomato sauce?
Yeah, it's very nice tomato sauce. And it looks like it comes with little cherry tomatoes as well. The vegetables, really, really delicious here.
It almost tastes like a tomato soup.
Has some nice little spices to it. It's actually really not that bad. Overall, real good. It's very light, not too heavy. You can mix
this, which is extremely heavy. And both Dominic and Heather got the beef,
Yeah, how's the beef?
It's very tender. It goes well with the sauce and the vegetables and naturally the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, we did notice you literally didn't even need the knife. You could cut it with your fork.
Yes, I am cutting it with the fork. It's delicious.
And the mashed potatoes are seasoned very well.
Yes, it is.
Heather, any additional comments?
The burgundy sauce is amazing. It's good. And the carrots are delicious. Perfectly cooked.
Perfectly cooked? Yeah, everything looks absolutely amazing. So luckily my father gave me a chance to try some of that beef. It is absolutely amazing. It's Amory was just saying off camera, it tastes like a pot roast a little bit.
Yeah, like it has that kind of like homey flavor of like a homemade pot roast.
But it's definitely not stringy whatsoever. It has some nice little fatty parts to it. But the sauce that they use to marinate it, it's like the burgundy sauce is like all the way through, and it's absolutely amazing. Incredible.
John cleaned his plate, if you can't tell.
Yeah. If you couldn't already tell, that's my plate right there. Everyone else is still working on theirs. Amory, I know you had a lot of cheese to begin with the French onion soup, and now you got what's that? A lot of cheese, and now you have the mac and cheese. You might have eaten
I overcheesed.
You overcheesed?
I overcheesed. But that's not going to stop.
You're over a cheeser.
That's not going to stop me from getting the creme brulee, though.
We're definitely excited to see how the creme brulee here stacks up to the one at Steakhouse 71. So I'm definitely excited to see that. So we're still waiting for the desserts to come out. My dad's still working on his. I think Heather has already tapped out at some point. She is done. I'm waiting for Anne Marie to tap out at some point.
I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick. And then I'm going to stop.
How is the crust? Because I see a lot of the crust is still there. Are you just kind of like, do you like the...
That's what I'm going to pick.
That's what you're picking?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely a great meal. Would definitely highly recommend to get the prefix stuff. It's $65, which really isn't that bad because when you start kind of like adding up the individual stuff, it's definitely a lot more. And plus you get a wine, dessert, entree, and appetizer. So really not too bad.
Which you're going to spend, you get a whole meal. And like we were saying, like Heather said before, I think off camera, that like usually when you get a prefix, the portions are smaller. That's definitely not the case here. It's the full size portion.
And even when we ate back at Space 220, we did the prefix menu, and it wasn't small stuff either.
Yeah, so they do good. They do good on that, where they keep it the normal size, so it's not you're paying for what you're getting, which is good.
Absolutely. Next up, after this, will be the dessert. All right, so our desserts are here. Both Amory and I and Heather all got the creme brulee.
As you do.
Well, Heather is as you do. But we got the creme brulee here. Definitely looks a lot different than the one at Steakhouse 71. It's not the chocolate vanilla. It's just straight up vanilla. And it looks really good. So we're going to take a crack at it. Oh, wow.
They did a really good job with the sugar. It has almost like a smoky flavor to it.
The best way I could do it, if you've ever had like melted butter, it's like that very softened butter. It's like a little bit on the sweet side. It's very creamy, very smooth. It's delicious. Like, my God. And for my dad, you obviously got the chocolate tart. I'm gonna move you on over here. Oh, almost. But you got the chocolate tart. How was that?
Well, if you are a chocoholic, this is the dessert to get. It has a little crunch, and it's just so creamy on the top, and the ice cream is a dessert for the dessert.
Now, it looked like in the tart, there was was it like liquid?
Molten, yeah, it was a molten chocolate. You break it open, and then it just pours out.
Amazing, amazing.
I did add the fruit. I ate a piece of the fruit with the cream, and that had a nice little burst of like freshness too, which is really nice.
So yeah, all in all, Heather, do you have anything to add? I know you absolutely loved the creme brulee.
I love creme brulee, and this is really, really good.
How would you compare this creme brulee with the Steakhouse 71?
Very different. It's very different. The Steakhouse 71 being a chocolate creme brulee, it's very different flavor.
Do you prefer kind of like more of the traditional creme brulee, or did you like the variety that they have over at Contemporary?
I like traditional, but the maple creme brulee over in Le Cellier is very good.
We will have to definitely try that. So yeah, all in all, the prefix menu was excellent. I think everyone here had a really good meal. How would, for someone that's kind of like maybe concerned about the price, I think all in all, I think you get a lot for the $65.
I'm of the mind of you're going to spend money, especially if you're here, you're going to spend money on food anyway. So for me, the best bets are always buffets, because you're going to get the most for your money out of a buffet.
Yeah.
But like stuff like this, like you get 3 courses and a glass of wine for $60. You're going to spend that, if not more, if you did that a la carte. So I think the prefix is a fantastic deal.
And that is the final word on Chefs de France. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you again, Heather, and to my father, Dominic, for joining us on this lovely lunch menu here at the very first weekend of the Epcot Festival of the Arts. Did you have any final words?
And thank you very much for inviting me to come here. This was delicious.
After 38 years, I can finally cut that whole story.
It's like now we can't hold that over your head anymore.
No. Redemption! Any final words, Heather?
Not for me.
Not from you. She's just enjoying that actually almost done creme brulee. So I'm going to sit here enjoying my creme brulee. Thank you so much for joining us here at Central Florida Sights and Sound on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that bell for notifications. For more restaurant reviews, we'll put up a nice little, I don't know, there are end credits. We'll have a nice little playlist of some of the other, right over your face, of some of the other restaurants that we've done in the past, as well as Space 220 and Steakhouse 71, which was fantastic. So thank you so much, everyone.